Greetings fellow Decepticons, Heatblast and 1987 here with another animation review mini vlog video. Today I'll be looking back at one of my childhood favourite series, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. So, this is a direct sequel to the Ben 10 Alien Force series, whereby Ben's decision to have the Omnitrix self-destruct in Vilgax's hands at the end of Alien Force Season 3 has resulted in him having to steal the Ultimatrix, a knockoff Omnitrix-alike device from his former rival Albedo, who was basically a member of the same species as Grey Matter, Azimuth, the creator of the Omnitrix, who was a former lab assistant of Azimuth during the creation of the Watch, but ended up going rogue and making his own sort of knockoff version of a design. But because it was still synced to Azimuth's version of the prototype Omnitrix, Albedo's body was basically genetically locked into a duplicate of Ben's human form, which then got damaged when the Omnitrixes got stuck together, thus turning Albedo into a red jacket, silver hair version of Ben. So, without further ado, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien basically introduced the concept of ultimate evolution forms for some of Ben's transformations. This was a feature that Albedo himself created for the Ultimatrix, whereby certain genetic samples were amplified by a million years of worst-case scenario forced evolution simulations. So this is where the ultimate forms came from for Swampfire, Humongousaur, Big Chill, Echo, Wild Mutt, Cannonbolt, Way Big, and Spider Monkey. There were a few other Ultimate Aliens seen in Ben 10 Omniverse, but this is going into future events. So, in addition to the ultimate forms for the aliens, Ben also unlocks a few more new aliens along the way here. Clockwork, Eatle, Fast Track, and the Andromeda 5. So that's Water Hazard, Terraspin, NRG, Armadillo, and Amphibian, which basically cover the 5 core elemental abilities of Earth, Air, Fire, Water and Electricity. So, yes, for this series it's still 16-year-old Ben Tennyson with his cousin Gwen and their former enemy turned Gwen's boyfriend, Kevin 11, fighting crime and defeating the, DN aliens invasion of, invading squid-like alien monsters. And of course Vilgax keeps showing up to cause trouble as per usual. And in Ultimate Alien there are a few new villains as well. The Forever Knights make a comeback for a start. And then of course there's also the so-called Flamekeeper Circle, a religious cult worshipping an octopus monster called the Dagon, which ends up fusing with Vilgax to make an even bigger, more powerful monster at the end of the series. Like Alien Force before it, Ultimate Alien also had 3 seasons. And the main villain of the first couple of seasons was an alien called Agregor, who claimed to be of the same species as Kevin, with the ability to absorb the powers and energy of other beings just by touching them. Much like how Kevin got mutated from touching the Omnitrix in the original series. This also introduced the Ultimate Kevin mutation, whereby Kevin ended up as a hybrid of not only Ben's existing aliens from the Alien Force era, but also some of the Ultimate forms as well, to a certain extent. And, of course, Ben did still have to compete with other things along the way, such as his high school life and such like along the way as he's continuing to fight crime, and now his secret identity has also been leaked to the public by a friend of his called Jimmy Jones, who is an aspiring internet blogger and journalist and such like. He's basically like the Ben 10 equivalent of Jimmy Olsen from the Superman franchise to a certain extent. But anyway, yes, some of my personal favourite aliens from the Ben 10 Ultimate Alien series are Water Hazard, Ultimate Humongousaur, Wrath, and Ultimate Big Chill. And also Ultimate Echo because his baritone voice and blue colour remind me of Soundwave. Especially the Albedo amplified version from the Omniverse series, which has red eyes, so an even bigger Soundwave homage there, especially with the Transformers animated version of Soundwave having more directly sound-based abilities with the shoulder-mounted speaker weapons and such. But I'm getting off topic. As with the Ben 10 Alien Force series, Azimuth was voiced by Jeff Glenn Bennett, along with some of the other aliens and such in the show. Ben was voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. Kevin was voiced by Greg Sipes, who you might remember as the voice of Beast Boy in the Teen Titans cartoon as well, and several other voice actors from the Alien Force and original series have returned to reprise their roles once more. So, with that said, that more or less concludes my look back at Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. I'll cover the other Ben 10 series in separate videos down the line. But until then, I've been Heatblast and thanks again for watching. My next animation review will be sometime in January 2026, when I'll be looking back at the first Chicken Run movie. Until then, my next video altogether will be my December vlog for 2025 and my Christmas special for this year, where I'll be looking back at the history of Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, from the original Dr. Seuss book to the Chuck Jones movie to the Jim Carrey movie to the Illumination Benedict Cumberbatch version. So, with that said, till all are one.